jobs. So there's just an agency, you gotta put your email address in there because they're thinking that you want the job. But
Call the agency and ask the agency. Call the agency, tell them we want to hire, maybe 3 guys and one for like 4 hours.
okay, he's gonna help us too. So.
Okay, good, nice. All right, so the idea then is going to be phone. Now,
Get my coffee.
so here's what I want you to do. I want you to get down on all fours like this. Your head's going to be back here, like this. So turn and just copy me like this. Now watch, you're going to raise your knee like this.
I'll just Ross now.
And raise it just like this. Now, hold his foot nice and tight like that. Good. Pull his toes and everything back to here. Now, see this hip right here? Let's say this was an eyeball on this hip. Right now that eyeball is looking at the street. When you kick, your hip's going to roll over like this, and that eyeball is now going to be looking up at the ceiling. Got it? Say, yes, sir. Okay, so bring this back here. Good. Now let it roll. Push and roll. That's where your power comes from. Now think about this. This hip right here, Ross, is like your shoulder. When I punch, put your hand right here on my shoulder. Watch what happens when I punch. See how my hip rolled over, my shoulder rolled over? So where would the eyeball be? It'd be facing that way. Now put your hand right here where the eyeball is. Now watch. See, it goes over to there. Your hip does the same thing. It starts like this and then it rolls over. So that's how I get the power from my leg. So my leg and my arm are very similar. This would be like my ankle, this would be like my knee, this would be like my hip, this would be like my toes, right? So watch, when I get there, don't move, just stay right where you are for a second. Watch this. When I get there, feel that part of my foot right there? That's what I want to hit with. Oh, just that. How would this be? That'd be cute, wouldn't it? But that would be powerful. All right. Try that a few times. Stand up and, oh, I'm sorry, don't stand up. Stay down on the floor. We're going to do it on the floor. Good morning, sir. How are you? Sure. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just working with a private student. Go ahead. I'm watching him try to make his foot right. Remember that? How we tried to make your foot right? Here, he said I told him how to roll his hip over and pull his toes back, and that was just 4 decades ago. You have a great memory, sir. Right, push out like that. Now pull those toes back for me, Ross. This whole part right here has got to be pulled back. That's it. All right. Okay, go ahead. I emailed with Chip last night and sent him a note, and I guess he and Richard were conferring back and forth, and they were trying to get their language right. Okay. So let me, when I get done, I've got another lesson right behind this one. When I get done, I'll call Chip and see if we can get together with the colonel. I know today we got to get this wording right, and I took a shot at it last night, and I got about 40 words into it, but it's just too much information for me. So I tried to tone it down, but it's like we're trying to boil the ocean, and it's hard to do. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
Or would you rather
Oh, I know, I can tell. Yep. Oh yeah, no, it's just I think it's going to need to be Chip and I and Richard on the phone for maybe 30 minutes. We can put a finishing touch on it. Yeah, I just haven't heard from Chip. I think he's got a crazy week going on in Houston, so I'll try that. I'll text him too. Okay. Sounds good. Look at your foot so you can see. Now. Good. All right, sir. Well, I'll call you when I'm done with this next lesson. Thank you. All right, so here's what was happening while I was talking on the phone. You were like this. Watch my foot. Here's what you're doing. You're going. So it's like your leg was under somebody else's control. Now, who controls your leg? You or somebody else in some other part of the universe? Just you, right? So here's what you gotta do. Put one hand here, put one hand here, and look at it. Go out, if you see it like that, then while it's there, look at me, while it's there, pinch it and roll that hip over and say, ah, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. Then I bring it back to here and I try it again. Boom, and then I roll it over. And when I do, and that eyeball goes to the ceiling, that hip's gonna get really strong. Oh, try it for me. All right, bend that knee. Okay, now turn sideways like this. Good. Put this hand over here, put this hand right there. Good, now look over your shoulder. Good, that's gonna require you to build up your neck muscles. Now pick your knee up. Now this tendon right here, Ross, has gotta be really tight. Hold it up for me. Keep it tight and don't change it. Pull it really tight there. Forget that little toe. Forget all your toes. Forget that. Just tighten this. Now push it straight out and roll your hip over. Now here's what happened. It just went to floppy land. Okay? Hold it back nice and tight. Right here, tighten it. Attaboy, like that. Then bring it back. Good. And you let it go. So you gotta hold it tight the whole time. Don't let it go. Go. Up, you let it, ooh, good, you fixed it. You realize that you let it go and you fixed it. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to know the difference of when you let it go and when you don't. Okay? I think we got all that recorded while we were doing it. That's good.